knowing when it's time to move on. From businesses, from relationships, you have to know. And I think staying in things too long can be people's downfall. Being a founder in general, if you want your business to succeed, you have to give it your life.
I've got a theory.
What's your theory?
My theory is that you really got to think about food compatibility when it comes to friends.
1,000%. Because if I'm going to a restaurant and you don't eat any of the foods and you have dietary restrictions, you've ruined the day.
I met someone and he says, most people live to eat. I eat to live. And I'm like, okay, what, huh? I was so flabbergasted because I was like, what do you mean by that? He was like, I eat the same thing every day. I'm like, okay, what do you mean? He was like, I eat chicken breasts, hard-boiled eggs, and broccoli. I meal prep, and I eat that every single
Is this guy
day.
ripped? He sounds like one of those.
He wasn't as ripped as one should be
if you're doing that on a
like
regular.
if you're sacrificing your taste buds.
Yeah, no.
And it made me think about like food compatibility. Like how important is it that your friends and your people are compatible when it comes to the food that they eat?
Do you do medium rare or medium well?
I do medium.
You do medium.
What do you do?
Oh, you are not my people.
You like it medium rare?
Jesus. Medium? What do you want? Like, do you use the meat as a bulletproof? What do you like?
Medium is still a nice red, cool center.
Depends on the chef.
If it's well done, it's a no from me. But medium rare, and then it's seeping out into your potatoes. Now your potatoes are pink.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Love a little Hannibal Lecter with my dinner.
Someone told me that that's not even blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's something else.
Yeah, they said it.
That's not blood, but it looks like blood, but it's not blood.
But delicious.
Medium rare people are a little snobbish to me.
Yes.
Because you see, even the how you look down literally at me.
We are.
Like, what else are you snobbish about? Omakase. I eat sea urchin. I like a shrimp tempura.
I love a rabbit ragu.
Oh wow, we're all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like rabbit.
You don't like rabbit?
They're cute.
I know. I completely understand the conflict, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the first time I ordered it, I'm not going to drop my restaurant because I don't want people going there. Because, everybody's going crazy. No, I don't want to do that. But they had rabbit in this, it's like a rabbit ragu thing with the sauce. And then they had this side of polenta. And I was like, one taste of this thing with the right seasoning. And this restaurant happened to get it right. I did not for 1 second think about Bugsy or bunnies.
Oh, I said who?
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny?
Yeah.
Oh, you call him Bugsy?
Because he was like my imaginary friend.
Okay, I said, who we're talking about?
But I did not for 1 second consider that rabbits, I, for once, finally connected with Elmer Fudd. I was like, wabbits.
That was it.
Wabbits deserve to be put down.
I understand.
But I love wabbits at the same time.
How do you feel about, there are very popular things that I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like octopus because of the suction cups.
I
don't like
squid, I'm guessing.
I like calamari, but I don't like if it's just
that's breaded squid.
I don't like anything that looks like what it looked like on the animal. So I don't want a
don't
cow.
Look too alive.
I don't want a cow tongue. I don't want a chicken foot. I don't want a grasshopper. I don't want anything that resembles, if I see a feather in the chicken wing, I don't want anything that reminds me what this actually was.
Yeah.
But when it's sliced and diced and sizzled and now we're talking. So the octopus.
You want to make sure your animal's dead.
I want to make sure it's dead. And I don't want to be guilted into what it used to be.
What it used to be. So that's the whole idea.
I don't want to know.
You want absolutely to be able to walk away from your meal.
Yeah, the only exception to that is a chicken wing, but I like flats. You know what I mean? Because even flats aren't really flats are more ethical because they're not the full wing. It's just a piece of it.
A rant about how ethical you want your meat to be. They're already dead. Like, I don't know why you're...
So I don't want to be pulled back to that place.
Okay. But you have to understand some of these meats, right, are perfect fusions. Like duck. I love duck.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had duck in Chinatown?
I don't like duck.
Oh my God.
It reminds me of chicken, but not as juicy. It's dry.
No, but that's the thing. You have to have it when the Chinese use soy sauce to soak it up. And they do this thing where they cook it. It's like a tea cooked duck. And it's just kind of simmers on the hot. So they don't cook it to be dry, cook it to retain moisture. And and it just kind of melts in your mouth. Like, and then the
It
rabbit,
doesn't melt though.
I
See?
literally saw
melt.
that gulp you just did, and
Because
it's
it
almost
doesn't.
like you did.
Because you had me until you
I'm
said it
telling you
melts
right
in
now.
your
Again, I'm not
mouth.
dropping my spots. Obviously, I'm gatekeeping. Yes, it's important. And rabbit is just like the perfect fusion of chicken and crab. I think, like crab meat and chicken.
Ew.
Think about the seasoning, not the meat alone by itself.
I don't. Okay, but that's okay.
You
I don't
know,
want
like,
chicken and crab.
oh
I
my
want
God.
chicken and I want crab, but I don't want
I want
chicken,
chicken and crab.
But that's
Even
okay.
if even if it was a feast.
I would get my crab legs, dip it in some butter.
Uh-huh.
I get my chicken, dip it in probably nothing because it's fried to a crisp. And I would enjoy it.
Oh, you a real Southern gal.
I am.
That is,
I love to eat.
She said, I got my chicken and I dip it. Ooh.
I love to eat. And so so with this guy, I'm like, so what about like when it's time to go to a birthday party today? He's like, I'll just order whatever is closest
to the meal.
To that meal. So
I
chicken
can relate
breast,
to that though.
broccoli.
Because for a long time I was like starch and meat guy. I don't do anything. Everything is regulated around starch and meat. So if I go to a new culture, whatever it is, new restaurant, I ask, like, listen, do they have a starch and meat? If they don't have a starch and meat, why did you bring me here? Like, why do I see all these quinoas? Like,
I want any
bird food. No.
it is bird food. I don't like quinoa. It's like
what are
eating
we doing?
like air.
You know what I'm saying?
Pockets.
Air pockets.
I'm like, I can't find it. Like, where are any culture? You give me a rice and you give me a protein and you give me a sauce. Any culture, I will find you in any culture.
And the church says amen.
Any culture, a rice, a protein, and a sauce, and add a broccoli.
And that's why I love the Japanese.
Yeah.
Japanese culture understands that to a T. Like, they understand no matter what, bring it back to the rice and the protein.
And the sauce.
And the sauce. That
combo right there. So what about if you have a friend that doesn't eat vegetables? Is that a deal breaker?
I'm the
for you?
friend.
Oh, why am I not surprised?
I am definitely the friend that doesn't eat vegetables. Listen, I tried though. I do chlorophyll pills.
Wait, I do chlorophyll water.
Get out.
Wait, trip.
I know you don't want me to ever do it again, but spirit finger, like, yeah.
I mean, chug it. Chlorophyll water is incredible.
Yeah.
What's your favorite vegetable?
I loved broccoli for a while until I found out broccoli was man-made. And that threw me for a loop because I was like, man, you're so good, but to know that you're a lab. But I knew a part of me suspected.
Why?
Because they always had those high fades. You know what I'm saying? Like broccoli's
to be inside of your head for just 5 minutes.
Because think about it, right? What kind of vegetable has the same haircut across the board? Like every broccoli looks the same.
I love the edge of the broccoli, like those little florets.
Those little spore-looking things. Beautiful, but then I was like very lab-grown feeling.
Can I have a confession? I nodded like I knew that it was man-made, but I just found that out.
Get out.
When you told me.
Yeah, just like corn.
That's why when corn just goes through you.
Yeah.
You know the corn test? You can figure out how fast your metabolism is. Mine's 1 day.
Yeah?
Okay.
In 1 day you can get snatched?
No, that's how long it takes for something to pass through your body.
Oh, I thought it was like your metabolism is that fast. As in like you could just work out and lose and gain.
No, your metabolism represents how fast you break down food.
Yeah.
How fast it goes through your body. And the corn test, if you want to see, did things go through my body in 2 days, 6 days, 10 days?
Something that was your body changed though, because
No?
Today.
I didn't eat corn today, but recently.
I was like, how southern is this girl? Today you ate corn.
Anyways, you don't eat vegetables. You don't like broccoli. What do you eat?
I admitted to drinking chlorophyll. Okay,
we tapped into vegetables.
That. It's close. It's the green off of the leaves. Science.
The best part is when you go out to eat with a friend, and I am a friend who I want to try a little bit of mine. I want to try a little bit of yours. I want to split an appetizer. Unless I'm really confident about my dish. You can try it, but I don't want to split it then.
Unfortunately, the first time we hung out, we had coffee. So we didn't know. If I knew you were lying this much, would have been in one of those meat houses, pause. But
I mean, but the problem is when you go to eat and you're like, oh, so oysters? Oh, I don't eat oysters. Okay, Moroccan lamb. Oh, I don't eat Moroccan lamb.
Right.
At that point, it's not a deal breaker. This isn't the friend you're about to break bread with.
Absolutely. And if it is a date, then now I know I cannot spend the rest of my life or a couple of months with you at that point.
I thought about it. I was like, could I ever marry a vegan?
Ooh.
I could, but it would be really hard. I like eggs, I like dairy, and I also really realized I like gluten. I tried a gluten-free banana bread.
I think we tend to like things that they try to take out of food.
Yeah,
Anything
I
free,
want it.
whatever it is before the free,
I
we
want
want
that.
that.
I
You
want
know what I'm
that.
saying? They'd be like sugar free. I'm like, sugar. I need
I'll
it.
just work out.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'll just
dairy
drink
free. I'm
water.
like, where's the milkiness?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I completely, absolutely understand that.
I love that we're talking about food because today we are talking to someone who absolutely loves it.
Ooh.
It's my love language. My friend Toni Chapman, the
Yes.
Moody Foodie.
Okay.
And she basically makes every single dish you can imagine. But it's like realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like
Not aesthetic.
it's aesthetic too, though.
Aesthetic too.
I'm like drooling through the phone.
Oh my God.
It's like the short ribs that like fall off.
This is why I can't do food accounts, because sometimes like it's a little too much for me. It's like
Like-
catching those like TGI Friday commercials like out of nowhere in the middle of the night. It's like, why do I want to see mouth-watering steak at 2 a.m. in the morning? I'm like, oh my God, please let me
It's
go.
never the same. TGI broke my heart.
I know it's not the same as a commercial.
Those commercials.
Sensual, okay?
Slow
Just slow
motion.
mo.
And then I went to TGI and I was like, this ain't what the commercial.
They're saying y'all are spanking and throwing and sweltering the steak, and somehow I get there and you just slap some heavy load of brick.
No, because I remember
on my plate.
I remember specifically being home and being like, I'm craving TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
I wanted the steak. I wanted the potato. I wanted the stack.
Those commercials were worth it. I get it.
Whoever their marketing team is, they got me through the door.
Oh,
Damn.
they keep getting us through the door. That's the problem. They're never going to stop. Those commercials can keep coming on.
What is your least favorite food?
My least favorite food. Right now, it's a crazy take. I know some people are going to be like, what? It's pizza. Only because, like, we're in New York, right? I'm in New York. So, like, New York has abused pizza to the maximum. I have abused pizza, too. Because when I first got to this country, I think it was like, I was so thrilled, you know, to actually be here and actually have pizza that the Ninja Turtles were having, that I went crazy. I was having pizza so much, like, it was not ethical at all. And then eventually you find out a pizza has all this cheese on it, and you're like, oh my God, cheese. And it's just like, I'm lactose intolerant, but I love this food.
You are?
What black person is that?
I'm not.
Oh, excuse me?
I think because I was young and I chugged all that milk.
Because I was young and
I think I sent my body.
You mutated yourself into a milk lover.
I think I mutated my cells. At this point, I eat cheese.
Do you think that's like an effective
cream.
method? Do you think if I chugged milk now,
No, I think it had to be when you were like growing. It's too late. Your body is what it is now.
No,
You
like
can
in 5
tone it.
years I could do it.
Maybe, yeah. So chug milk every day and then see if like you can send yourself into.
Okay, let's just hope I don't go triggering something like a prostate or anything.
Yeah, don't chug milk every day. But I don't know. Like I do have friends that are like, "Oop, time for lactate," and I used to like be like, "Oh, give me one." But I didn't
Well,
need
lactate
it.
is delicious though. Let's not.
No,
Yes.
I'm talking about the pill.
Oh
That
no,
helps
I was talking
you.
about the milk because they have like the dairy-free milk.
Oh yeah, I've never had that.
That shit is way better than actual milk.
Oh, I've never tried
Oh,
it.
it's so good.
You put it in your coffee or you put
You
it
put it
where?
in everything.
Oh.
Lactate just because lactate, I think because lactate is doing a lab version of milk, they amplify the thing that we love about milk the most in the flavor of it. So it's like once you open like the little carton, you're like, oh, cow.
Do you know how happy
Milk.
cow milk? Things that I never say before I start to indulge
What?
in dairy. Cow milk. But I love cheese. Like I love it. My favorite cheese is a Port Salute. You ever had it?
That sounds very like seasoned in particular.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds like you like. Do they keep it for like 105 days or something like that?
It's not very aged actually, but it's very creamy. It's like a step above brie, I would say. Like it's so good.
It's like the French would say, like, you know, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. The pot, what do you call it?
The Port Salute.
The pot salute. I love the pot salute.
Absolutely.
I salute the pot.
I'm gonna ask, do you have a favorite cheese or no? You can't eat
yeah,
it.
absolutely. Are you kidding? Even a pepper jack or Swiss.
Oh, Swiss is
Yeah, I do the mainstreams. All the off-brand cheeses, the cheeses on the sides, the ones that the experts know, you guys can have it. Because
Off-brand
sometimes
is crazy.
because you know the cheeses on bench, not the cheeses that are in the game, the cheeses that are on the sidelines. Those cheeses tend to have new funks that I'm not used to. Like this is just be a little funky in there. and they'll be like, "This is the Porto Chiefs, Porto
Yeah.
Salute,"
Mm-hmm.
and then you taste
I
it,
can
and you
smell it.
like,
That's why I'm making that face.
yeah, like, why do you taste like armpit and butter? Like, that's not, that's not okay.
The butter part, though. I have another confession.
What's another confession? I'm
Even
nervous.
though I was raised in Atlanta.
No. Stop right now. Don't you dare.
Even though when a chicken biscuit comes, I deconstruct it. I eat the biscuit, the chicken, the biscuit. I've never in my life eaten a chicken biscuit from the top to the bottom.
I sadly actually agree.
What?
Because biscuits can be a little dry,
It's
and chicken
dry.
is juicy, and why would I
Cancel it out.
Yo,
So I do
oh
the
my
biscuit,
God,
I
thank
put
you.
the jelly, I do the chicken, and then I do the biscuit. I'm like,
I know some people are gonna be just despise this.
same thing with
but
chicken and a waffle. I've never at the same time had
no,
the
never at the same
chicken.
time. I do the waffles
and the
first, then the chicken later.
See?
Yeah.
I take it, and even when it comes, I'm a little bit when it comes, and
Uh-huh.
and when they have decided that they're gonna put the syrup on the chicken, I'm a little bit like.
So you don't like a lot of mixture in your food?
No, I don't like my foods to even touch.
Yeah, I see. Because
like when the juice from
when
the
I said
greens,
chicken and crab, and you said no to rabbit, and then now you're talking about you don't want the waffles to touch the chicken, I'm like, oh, this is a pattern.
Which is ironic because, again, my favorite food is rice with the protein with the gravy. I like that.
Uh-huh.
I don't like the sweet. I don't like sweet and savory together.
Same.
So
I agree.
when the green juice gets into the macaroni and cheese, I cry a little.
No, it's a little disheartening. Sometimes I've been hungry enough, it got animalistic and I went crazy.
Don't let the chicken be all wilted because it's in the green.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Because now your syrup is touching my chicken. I don't want that.
I feel like I'm so relieved.
No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. You're in safe space right here. Okay, you're
people say that,
friends.
but then you say chicken and waffles. I don't eat it together, and
no, I don't eat it together either, and that's fine. You guys found out here first. We are the black sheep.
I don't know if I agree to all of that. I just don't like chicken and waffle.
But,
I mean, I do like chicken and waffle. I just don't like the chicken.
So how do you like your grits?
Oh, with a lot of butter, some cheese, and some salt.
You're one of those. You're the other side.
No.
Yeah.
You put sugar in your grits?
Yes, I do put sugar in my grits.
What's wrong with you?
That's how it was introduced to me. There's no other way.
Who introduced that to you?
My mother.
Oh.
Exactly. Now you take that back. Why are you putting butter in something that could just be an oatmeal?
It's a savory dish.
No, it's not a savory dish. It's a weedy, oaty thing. So it deserves to have milk and sugar with it.
Oh my gosh.
Why would you take something weedy and then say, I'm going to put butter on it? It's just it's counterintuitive.
The same way you would put butter on toast. Wheat. See, I rest my case.
There was a point there.
I should be a lawyer.
I have no counter.
I'm going to ask Toni how she likes her grits, and I'll report back. I'm here with one of my favorite people ever, and I'm going to tell you why. She makes cooking relatable. The one and only Toni Chapman.
Hi, Imani. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you. Welcome to New York City.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be back in the city.
I feel like you're up and down the coast.
I'm up and down all the time. You have to be. You know how it is.
I do. And, I found you because I just moved into my house. And as a rite of passage, I was like, I gotta start cooking. Growing up, I have 2 sisters. Growing up, my mom was like, you have to know how to make 7 dishes.
Wow.
But that was it. So fettuccine Alfredo. I had my core 7.
That's a good one.
I had fettuccine Alfredo.
Okay.
Salmon with broccolini.
Love it.
I did some grilled chicken thighs.
Love it.
Some spaghetti, which is kind of cheating. It's like fettuccine Alfredo.
Okay, but it works.
Different font. I had steak.
Okay. You have to know how to make a steak.
Make a steak.
Girl, you got it.
Okay, but I feel like you have inspired me. The short rib.
Okay.
The lasagna.
Okay.
The macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, the macaroni and cheese. You got to have that in your Rolodex.
What is your most sought after recipe?
I'm kind of known for being able to have a wide range of dishes that people go to. So there is that Caribbean edge there. So a lot of people make my stews and my soups and my rice dishes. But then I also have that Southern charm there. So there's the mac and cheese, the cornbread, the ribs, the fried chicken, and then there's the desserts. You know, you didn't mention a dessert as one of your 7.
Because right now I'm on a 30-day dessert fast.
What? Oh my goodness.
It-
I have to try that. Are there benefits?
There are.
Okay.
Because for me, especially when I'm stressed, dessert is
Oh my
like,
goodness.
I'm someone who's pretty like self-disciplined. But when
Right.
it comes to dessert, I can find an excuse.
Right.
So I'll say, oh, like these Oreos are in my house. So like
Right.
if I don't eat them, they're going to go
The
stale.
Oreos, like I can't just have one. And I make like these Oreo ice cream sandwiches that they've gone viral all summer long. And so I'll make them and keep them in my freezer. Like those are dangerous. I have to give them away to the kids in my neighborhood.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I saw those and I had to kind of resist because I had started my fast. In 15 more days, we're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost there. I'll send you something to break it. Maybe like an apple cobbler. It's apple season. Apple dumplings would be nice. You can do like apple hand pies. You can do apple ice cream, no churn.
What are you? Let's go back because I love, can you take us back to Toni working in finance?
Yeah, so I, finished school and I immediately went and, took the Series 7, did all of that. And I was like, this is the career that I'm going to work in. Like, I had come from a family, like, there was a lot of pressure. My dad wanted me to be successful because, none of my relatives had finished college or, like, were able to do anything big. So I was like the person that was going to do that. And then I was really messing up at work. I think what was my struggle was that I could sell and I was really personable, but I had a difficulty with compliance. So there was a lot of paperwork errors. Like I was sending emails to the wrong clients. And in business, like that is a big no-no. So I lost my job. And at the time I was dating this guy and he was working in sales. And he would be like, hey, look, I'm going to take care of all your bills until you figure it out. And I was like, thanks.
Okay.
He was like, all I ask is that, can you just make me lunch every day for work? And I was like, okay, sure. He's like, but make the lunches like good, because I have long days. Can you make like steak, like what you talked about? He loved salmon with broccoli. So I was making these really beautiful lunches. And he came back one day and he was like, hey, everyone in the office is like obsessed with these. He's like, what if like I got like 5 of my like work friends to buy them and it could supplement like some income for you since you're unemployed? And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, like I have 5 people who are ready and they want to do it. And I was like, okay, sure. So I started making lunches for them. It kind of grew. I was like posting pictures about this on social media. And then I had a tweet go viral. Like that's where it kind of started in 2017. In 2017, going viral meant it could change your life.
Right.
And sure enough, it did because Ava DuVernay's team had reached out to me and they were like, Ava saw your tweet. The food looks great.
What did you tweet?
I tweeted like all the pictures of all the lunches.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm cooking these lunches for my boyfriend. I lost my job. Like, you guys should buy some. It's been so fun. And it went so viral. Like, you had people like, yeah, where you're at? I'll buy some now. And I was like, wait, I was just kidding. Like, it was a joke. I woke up and I think it was like at 80,000 retweets. And I was just, Ava DuVernay called. I cooked for her. I just like went into like straight like, all right, let's do this mode. And then from there, like my business just took off. Like it took off. Like she kind of co-signed for me on her social. She posted me on her Instagram story. Again, it meant so much then. Like Instagram story vouch was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And it just blew up and I started a business and it just grew like crazy.
80,000 retweets, Ava DuVernay. You started, it's for your boyfriend, then it's 5 lunches. What was the next phase in terms of, you said you started this business. How were people reaching you? How were they placing their orders? And was it kind of like, this is what I make? Or were you taking requests?
So when I first started, I was young. So I'm 19. So I'm like, I was just a hustler. I was like, all right, I have a chance. I built a little Instagram page. So I started posting like weekly menus and I would change them of what the lunches were going to be. So I didn't think it would be like meals. It was just like I was calling them lunches. And I made my Instagram handle Toni Cooks. And so I'm getting like 50 to 60 orders now a week. I am like cooking everything. I'm delivering them on my own. I'm staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning. Friends and family are helping me. And it just started like, it was too much. So I was like, I need to move into a legitimate space. Find a legitimate space. I ended up finding a business partner. She owned the space and she saw that I needed help. She had a military background. And so she knew all of the process, the procedure. She knew how to pump the food out. I was more of the creative. And then we just started growing. And we've been in business 10 years. We've served 90,000 people. Like we service schools, sports teams. We're still in business, and it's just been wonderful. And now we call ourselves like a meal delivery service.
Mm-hmm.
And so we offer like 25 to 30 dishes a week, and they rotate. But that was like the start of like my career in food. And that's how I kind of like built a little bit of an audience, and people like respect me and know me from that.
Absolutely. And I think one thing that's so interesting when you have something that, whether it's necessity or interest, but something that you're really, really good at, sometimes when it starts to scale, right? Because you talk about you were in finance, that's right. That's how we kind of got here. You're in finance, the details, all of the kind of in-betweens. You end up now cooking, but now you're really good at it. So it's scaling. So with the scale, even with this business partner, more money, more problems. So take us through the scaling, because now you said you're in schools, you're delivering everywhere. You said how many people?
90,000.
90,000 people.
Yeah.
So what was that like? I think a lot of people aspire to be the big CEO of a huge company, huge distribution. What was your day-to-day looking like? And kind of like, what did it feel like to kind of have a company scale that quickly?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was I was young, right? So I was making it up as I was going. I was literally building the plane as it was taking off. So I made a lot of mistakes. I think one of the things I had this mentality like, let's go as big as we can. So we moved into a huge warehouse. It was 7,000 square feet. The rent was like so crazy. But now COVID approaches, and this is how we really grew because everyone's at home and people want delicious food. So we grew over the course of years, but like COVID is where we really spiked because now people are home. Companies are wanting to find ways to keep people's morale up. So we're pitching to them, how about we just send them lunch on you, right? Like, and now people are really excited because our lunches are not just colorful. They're homemade and from scratch, but they're also like unique. So we would put like curry chicken on the menu. We'd put like lasagna. Like who wouldn't want something like that for lunch? And so I was like, let's go as hard as we can. So we were spending a lot of money in growing our team, hiring people, pumping it out. And I realized quickly, oh, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at running a company from a strategy standpoint at this level. I'm really good at coming up with ideas. I'm really good at creating like the menu items, and I'm really great at sales. But when it comes to deciding what we're going to do next, how much money are we going to spend, who we're going to work with, what our business models are going to be, this is not my strong suit. And that was really humbling. It was very difficult.
I love the realization because it is humbling, especially when something comes out of your mind, to be like, this is the part that I'm not good at. Did you look at your business as your baby? Or did you have a clear separation from the beginning that this is something that I do, but it's not my baby? I don't have to be as precious with it. Because when you do realize, oh, the operations, that piece, I don't want to touch it. Did it feel a little bit like failure, or did it feel like, oh, okay, I've recognized something, I can now put someone here to help support me there?
It did feel like failure because we would, like you said, like more money, more problems. We were pumping out all of these meals, but me and my business partner we were really close, and now we were having issues because we had different views for the business. She was more slow and steady. I was young. I was 22. I was like, let's go hard. We bought a $200,000 piece of equipment. She was really against that, but I was like, we need to do it. We need to strike while the iron is hot. So there were challenges there. And so, yes, at the time, I saw the business as my baby. And there was very little separation between self and the business. I looked at the success of the business as validation. When the business would have slow months or slow seasons, I would feel responsible. We had employees. I would feel like, wow, I'm letting these people down. They need the hours. And in food and in labor, you have a lot of single moms, single dads. We hired immigrants, their second chance, people that come in and they work. So they're really needing every hour, and they likely do not have opportunities elsewhere. So there's a lot of pressure to continue to sustain the growth. And it was very, very difficult for me, like on a mental level.
And the no separation, because I think that is so many founders' journey, right? Where they say, Tony cooks, and you're, yep, yep. Right? How did you learn to separate? Have you learned how to separate? And what did that look like?
Yeah, I would say I'm still working on finding that balance, right? Of separating the business and the success of a business to my own personal, to what I feel inside and, how I show up day to day. But it's very difficult. Like, as you know, like a business is your identity. And so it's just a daily challenge. That business was my primary focus for so long. And so when we did start to slow down, because post-COVID, things did change. So we were one of those businesses that had a crazy surge. And if you don't know how to sustain that and you don't have the resources and you don't have the knowledge, like my business partner, she was amazing at operations. We have 700 5-star reviews on Google. We do great business. When it comes to scaling, that's a whole different thing. Like, pumping out a product is one thing, but like, how do we sustain this and keep this going and grow this? And so when it started to slow down, it was hard for me to separate, okay, this is the business that isn't doing as great as I would like. And like, am I personally a failure? Like me? I wasn't a great CEO. That's how I looked at it. Like, maybe this isn't my calling. And then I realized this isn't for everyone. It's glamorized. And that was one of those things that was hard to cope with too.
So you say you started to realize I might not be a good CEO.
Right.
You also said something, our business is our identity. And I kind of actually want to go back there because we have been kind of conditioned, right? That like the output is what it is. And I think I always say, or I'm starting to say, they told us how to start. They never told us how to stop.
Right.
They never told us, okay, what does enough look like?
Right.
What does satisfaction look like? And I remember when I was at NBC and I looked up the ladder and I remember specifically being 22 years old and saying, I want to be a vice president.
Right.
I don't want to be a senior vice president.
Right.
I don't want to be an executive vice president because I looked at what that would cost. And so because I was able to say vice president, once I got vice president and everyone around me was like, but don't you want SVP?
Right.
I was like, I'm actually satisfied.
I'm good.
And so you're sitting there, and of course I know from the outside looking in, it's perfect, right? You've got 700 5-star reviews. You're in your 20s, you're pumping out, you've got all these cosigns, it's scaling. They've never told us where to stop, so it's not stopping. But at the top, you're starting to say, no, was it I'm not good at this, or was it I don't like this?
Ooh, that's an amazing question, Imani. And a lot of the times I think people have a difficult time differentiating those things, right? Because I think for me, it was both, but it originally started as, I don't like this anymore. That's how it started because it was long hours. Food service is hard. Being a founder in general, if you want your business to succeed, you have to give it your life. I mean, I wasn't cooking and in the facility doing that, but we had an office there and I was all day, calling our clients all day. We were coming up with strategy. We were looking at things. And so, it was very difficult because it was taking so much of my time. And I didn't feel fulfilled. And then as COVID died down and we weren't able to grow, I started saying, well, wait, maybe I'm not good at this. Because a true leader, I think, and a CEO is able to come in when things are really difficult and challenging and able to problem solve and grow a business beyond those challenges. It's very easy for anyone with no experience to step into CEO role when things are booming and sales are coming in. When sales are coming in, you can just get bodies. Everyone's fulfilling orders. Everything is fine. I think the demonstration of a CEO is when things are not fine. We need to raise money. We lost money. Someone is saying that our product is bad. We're losing contracts. The prices are going up. So we saw like inflation and I did not know what to do. There were a lot of issues. Had to cut hours. Our facility got flooded and we had to downsize. There was just a lot of issues. And I was like, okay, I don't like this. I'm not passionate about this anymore. And I'm not great at it. So now it's time to pivot.
For you, was pivoting it's like the straw that breaks the camel's back, or is for you pivoting the drip, drip, drip over time?
So it was drip. So it's so funny because years have passed and now I have another boyfriend, right?
Okay.
And it's so funny because I tell people relationships, particularly romantic ones, have like kind of guided me throughout my professional journey. So I have another boyfriend at the time and he actually lives in Atlanta. And so during COVID, I would travel to Atlanta and I would cook and he would be like so happy. Like it was like the best thing ever. And so I started like making TikToks. Like TikTok wasn't really, I didn't know anything about a creator economy. TikTok was like how I was using Twitter, right?
Mhm.
So literally just for fun. I didn't really show my face. I would just like make little TikTok mashups, 10 seconds of me cooking dinner. And it was exciting again because Tony cooks. I kind of lost my love for food during that. As you're scaling and growing, I was no longer cooking. I was now a CEO. I was always in the office. And so now I'm really excited to go home and make a ribeye. So I would love on the weekends to like make these indulgent dishes. And then I would take like little TikTok videos of them, and they started going crazy viral again. And I was just like, and at the time it was just for fun. Like I didn't even show my face. I just loved to do it like because people were watching. I had no idea there was anything as a creator economy or an influencer. This like none of that existed, nor did I do it for that. So the pivot was like slow. And then one day, I'm like, you know what? Let me just show my face on here. Like, I'm just gonna show my face. So I made my first video, and I like peekabooed my face. And I think I had 200,000 followers, and I never showed my face.
Wait, you grew your page to 200,000 followers. You're cooking, and they've never seen you.
They never seen me. They didn't even know my race. They didn't know anything about me. I mean, they assumed I was a minority, of course, because I have tan skin.
Right.
But they didn't knew nothing about me. My name, nothing.
Okay.
It was just cooking, and I would put like R&B music, and it was going crazy viral. And then I showed my face, and I get an email from Barbie Mattel, and they're like, "We really love you. We want to do a Barbie cooking video where Barbie cooks with someone. Could you do this for X amount of money?" And I was like, sure, I guess, right? Like I didn't know anything about partnerships or deals or brand deals. So I did it and I loved it. Like it was like Barbie chef, and I was showing her how to make cornbread, and it was so wholesome, and it brought me so much joy, and I made a lot of money, and I was like, there it is. Like the light bulb went off, and I contacted someone that I knew from college who was like in the world of like celebrity partnerships. And he was like, oh, I'll represent you. And that was the beginning of my career.
And how did you because now we're pivoting. We found this light bulb moment. What happened to the CEO hat? Did you just lay it down?
So I'm like simultaneously kind of still a CEO, but I'm not showing up as my best because I'm not really passionate. I'm not good at it. And it feels like failure every day. Me and my business partner aren't seeing eye to eye. We're great friends. So we maintain that friendship. But like the business is tearing us apart. The business wasn't doing as well as it was during COVID. And so I just had a moment where I was like, I'm going to focus on this full time. I'm going to focus on this, and I'm going to kind of leave Tony Cooks on autopilot and let somebody else kind of come in and not necessarily grow it, but just sustain it. Almost like your local nail salon or your butcher. We're just going to do what we can to survive until I'm able to like figure out what I want to do with it. And that's exactly what I did. I was just like, I don't want to do it anymore. And it was really hard. It was humbling. I mean, my family and friends were shocked. I definitely noticed that things changed after that, but we're still in business and things are so great. And, you know, now I'm doing something else, and it's still my baby.
And
Ish.
And I feel like in the beginning, when you do decide to pivot to something that's a little bit more unknown, the care and love of people who want to see you stable,
right,
can sometimes be advice that can hold you back.
Yeah, for sure. You have to, your counsel is really important. You know, it's very difficult because at the time I didn't know anybody who even owned a business. Everyone is an entrepreneur now. 10 years ago, that was not the case. I was the first person that anyone knew in my life who owned a business. So I will say, like, when people ask me for advice, it was much easier then because everyone wanted to support an entrepreneur. I was the only business page on Instagram. I was selling something and everyone wanted to buy. Back then, there wasn't a big like business culture on Instagram yet. Now everyone is a creator and everyone has a business and everyone was a founder. So now it's a lot harder to convert. But back then, all my friends bought right away, all my family, all my people that I knew from college, like everyone was just so excited to see an entrepreneur do something. It was new, especially using digital. So I did have that advantage. And I have to be honest about that because I think now it's a little different.
So in both cases, we've got very supportive boyfriends.
Yeah.
Very, okay.
Yeah,
And
but I was lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now you're cooking with Barbie. You've got representation.
Right.
What happens next?
I say, okay, I want to aggressively grow the platform, right? So I'm like, I want to grow, grow, grow. Like, I don't know why, but I remember Mark Cuban saying, like, nothing matters. You need to bring in sales. And so I imagined followers and numbers as like sales. It was a little different. Like, obviously, with being a founder, you focus on like units being like sold. I was wanting to focus on followers and views. I wasn't really concerned about the money. I was like, let's just try to grow the page as much as we can and go viral as much as we can. So I just did it. I was working like a maniac. I was producing high quality cooking videos, and the page was just like growing and growing and growing. The videos were hitting heights. And then, of course, partnerships were coming in. And I think I was a little too tunnel visioned. Like, I got so focused on that like it blew up and I have millions and millions of followers. But I didn't think about, okay, what's after this? Are
Mhm.
you going to show other parts of your business? Are you going to open up a restaurant? Are you going to be personal? I was just so focused on like, let's just grow this thing. Kind of what I did with Tony Cuts.
Mhm.
I made that same
I
mistake.
was gonna say, I'm like, now I'm seeing a pattern here, right?
Yeah.
Because it is that tunnel vision that is it's a double-edged sword.
Right.
Because one would argue that without the tunnel vision and the momentum, it wouldn't have gotten the visibility. But also, you kind of take your eyes out off of the blind spots, the other pieces, and it's almost a little bit of an obsession.
Yeah, and you're not focused on the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
You're so focused. Like, I was same thing with my first career, right? Like, when I'm focused on sales and engaging, but like, you have to make sure that like you lock your desk. You
Mm-hmm.
can't put your clients' data at risk because then nothing matters. So I'm aggressively growing the page, and I'm building a community, and it has and going well. And then I came to a point where I'm fatigued. I'm like, okay, how many times can I go viral? I'm making the same things over and over again. I I want to do something else. Like, this is just not bringing me joy anymore. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the thing about like being a founder. You had said earlier, like, what's the goal? To sell the business and then do another one and then do it again and again and again, or like do other things. Like, I don't know if it's just to do one thing forever.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're truly utilizing what makes you special as a founder, you're always going to have new ideas and be growing. And businesses stop. You outgrow businesses. It's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to do something else. So then I became an author.
One thing that I think we're underestimating is trusting yourself when something is ready to expire.
That's so good.
Trusting yourself, because when I look and listen to your story, you were always about 2 steps ahead of what people thought you should do, right? And a lot of times, by the time you're really burnt out, you've already started to feel that way, right? It's the drip, drip, drip. And so what made you decide, I'm gonna write a book?
I think you're so right in like knowing when it's time to move on from businesses, from relationships. You have to know. And I think staying in things too long can be people's downfall. And when you have that feeling that it's time, even when it's uncomfortable, like, I knew it was time to transition and it was going to be a trade off.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that the mega virality, which brought me, validation, like, that ends because when you start aggressively selling on your platform or promoting, your engagement isn't going to be as high, right? Because you're not delivering the audience something, you're asking them for something.
Mm-hmm.
And the algorithm knows that. So I knew there was going to be a trade-off. But I loved to teach. I loved to educate. Like, that was something that really made me happy when people would stop me in the streets and they would say, I made this and I made this. And these were dishes that people made in moments that really mattered, right? So during holidays, funerals, baby showers, like, my dishes are very grand and celebratory. And I found a lot of joy and fulfillment in that. And so a book is good because it gives people something tangible to cook from. And the publishing space is largely underrepresented. Um, when you look at how many Black and brown authors are able to actually get a major published book, let alone a cookbook, there's disparities there. So then I was like, I really want to do this from a representation standpoint because these deals are just not done. There's a lot of large Black culinary creators, but none of them get big book deals. None of them, are in stores. Like, when was the last time you went and you saw a cookbook by a Black woman in a store? They're just not there. And that really inspired me. And I was like, okay, I want to do this. I want to make sure that my book is in stores. I want to have a book tour. I want, to make it affordable. And yeah, it's been a very long 3 years, I will say.
3 years. What's been your favorite recipe in the book?
I will say my favorite recipe, you mentioned chicken thighs earlier. I have a garlic parmesan chicken thigh recipe. I make it over and over and over again. And every time it's like, And it sits on a bed of roasted potatoes. So you kind of just like cook it really quick and you're done with it. And you go do something else and you come back to like a wonderful dinner that's like also like meal preppy. So it's like
Mhm.
back to like my roots. And it's like, it's my favorite, I will say.
Oh my gosh, we were talking with Ike earlier, and I was saying, food compatibility is important in friendship.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
We were saying, going out to eat and a friend who never wants to split things.
Yeah.
What's like a deal breaker in terms of like food that you just do not like?
You know what? I am really open. I encourage people. Like, I just went to an omakase last night. I love exposing my friends to that because it's this like Japanese experience where you just go in and they just give you whatever nigiri raw pieces of fish that they feel like it. It's really exciting and it's spontaneous and it's really good. And all my friends that I've exposed to, they love it. Like, I love all sorts of food. There's not any kind of cuisine that I wouldn't try.
Mhm.
So I agree. Like, I love to be friends with like adventurous eaters.
Right? We had Joey Badass on the podcast, and he also said omakase, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, but like, what if they put something down that I don't want? What if I don't want to eat a sea urchin?
I would say last night I actually took someone and the uni, the sea
Mhm.
urchin came out and she
Uni.
was like, I've never had this. Do I want this? And she tried it and she loved it.
She loved it.
Well, maybe she was just like trying to make me feel better
Okay, maybe.
because it was my idea. But like I saw her go, and maybe it was fake. Now that I think about it.
I don't
Now
want to
you
put
have me
that on her.
thinking. Now you have me thinking. I'm like, wait, was that real?
Right? Was that?
Was that genuine?
You
Was that
gotta
a
text
genuine?
her. You gotta ask
But
her.
I would say to just try it. And I do think as a community, we're getting a lot more adventurous.
Mhm.
From 10 years ago when I first started making food to now, like as a community, Black, Brown, Hispanic, Caribbean people are a lot more adventurous.
Yes.
In terms of like what we're willing to eat, what we want to try. And I love that for my community.
Yes, I agree, and I think it is also like exposure therapy.
Yeah.
Talking about expiration dates, I do want to get back to the boyfriends, right?
Yeah.
Because
Let's get back to the
let's get
men.
back to the boyfriends. How has it been in terms of knowing, using that sixth sense of this is expiring in my professional life? How has that translated into your personal life, knowing it's time?
I think professionally, I think we feel that and we're able to act on it a little bit easier, like whether it's a job that you don't like or whether it's time to pivot. But I agree. I think personally, it can be a little bit of a challenge.
Mhm.
I've been lucky enough to have had partners that have been wonderful, but there's a difference between someone being great and someone being the perfect match for you. And I've always been inspired by my dad to just like keep finding your perfect match. Like he searched a little bit, but he has like this wonderful marriage and they're like perfect for each other. So I've always just like wanted just my best friend. And so it's been a little difficult because especially when you have someone that's awesome, but it's like this isn't what I want forever, right?
Mhm.
Like you feel that at some point, but you just have to do it. You just have to
Mhm.
pull the Band-Aid off and like you said before, trust that inner feeling, and rely on that and just keep searching.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I think there is a self-trust aspect there that if you move from a place of it'll never come again, I'll never see it again, it can force you into never actualizing like what there is. What are some of the values you look for in a partner?
I have the 3 eyes that I look for in a man, and so it's, he's interesting, right? Like, I'm just intrigued talking to him. He has hobbies and interests that I find exciting that may be new to me or that I love too. He's intelligent. I love someone that I can talk to and we can have great banter, and he takes the time to, like, educate himself, especially in today's climate. Like, you need someone who is doing their due diligence. He
Yes.
reads,
Yes.
he knows what he's talking about. and then someone who's intentional,
Oh,
So
yes.
he is, he takes the time. How you do anything is how you do everything. So he takes the
Absolutely.
time before he makes decisions. He moves with like tact, and he just, he makes sure that he does everything like with intent. So I think those are
Ooh.
the qualities that I
Now wait
really
a
like.
minute. Is that a Toni trademark? The 3 I've never
The
heard that
three eyes.
before.
I have a lot of friends that are dating coaches. Shout out to my friend Anwar White. Love Anwar.
Yes.
Anwar's amazing.
Incredible.
Good friend of mine. Wonderful person through and through. And so he was like, you need to get real with what you want. You can have anything. You can't have everything.
Mm.
And I'll never forget that.
Wow.
Girl. He was like,
Oh, I know he said the girl at the
yeah.
end.
He was like, so I was like, all right, I have to write it down. I have to. And I sat and I was like, what are the things that matter the most? Instead of focusing on the things I don't want, what are the things that I really want? So, dating has been great. Like, it's been a lot easier,
Wait,
I want to ask you, though.
Yes.
What are the things you look for, your qualities?
I mean, now I want the 3 eyes. I'm like, I loved how you summed that up. But I think for me, I want a man of faith.
I love it.
I think in the past, I've used that as a nice to have. But I think you realize what your values are when you run up against them, right?
Yeah, for
So when
sure.
someone has everything else and they don't have faith and a spiritual connection, so many conversations, I think, are based off of that for me.
For sure.
I think another piece is just consideration. I think consideration is one of the highest forms of love.
Yeah.
And when someone just isn't naturally considering you or how things make you feel, it's hard to teach that. It's hard to say you didn't think about the consequences because it's different than I am unaware of that.
Right.
Right. But once you've had conversations and it's like, oh, you're just not considering me.
Right.
I love a considerate man. I also love someone who is curious.
Oh, I love it. Ugh, so
So
attractive.
I'm someone who likes to learn. I was just talking to Ike and I was saying I was with a partner who loved Xbox. And I didn't grow up playing Xbox, but I was curious about it.
Right.
And so someone that's like, okay, I didn't grow up going to estate sales, but like, what is it? Like,
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's eat the uni.
Let's eat the uni.
Right.
I want a best friend on fire. I want to like you.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to love you, but I want to like you.
Yeah, that's important.
And then I think someone who has like their own kind of like path. I think we're all pivoting and evolving.
Right.
But I found that when I date people who are just like lost,
Right.
my inclination is to be a helper.
Right.
And I kind of actually want to sit in the comfort of let's evolve together.
Correct.
But it's not me being your publicist.
Right.
Me being your manager.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes the eldest girl in me can pick up on when someone needs some help. But I agree with you. I think dating is fun when
it is.
A lot of my friends are in the same place where they're either married, engaged, or they're dating. And I think when you figure out what you want, it's more fun because then
So
it's like,
fun.
oh, actually, you're just my friend.
Yeah. Or it's like it's so easy to move on.
Yes.
Like when you know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I used to struggle with that because I'm like, oh, is this right? And I'm like, now that I know what I want and I've experienced different parts and different people, like I know it exists. And so now it's fun. Like when I have a connection and I feel like it's expired, it's easy for me to move on. But yeah, I love all of the things that you said. Faith is so important. It's everything. You want somebody who has the same values as you and the same foundation. Someone who's curious. You love to travel.
Yes.
You have such a colorful life. And so I've dated guys that are amazing, but like they're not as dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do love men that are like 3-dimensional and they're not just successful professionally, but maybe they have hobbies and they love art and they love food and, because I'm that way, right? And so, it's been fun and I'm happy you've been having fun too. I think more women need to have fun with it and just, you just put yourself out there.
Yeah, you got to like tune out the noise and all the pressure.
Oh my gosh, for sure.
Because out of pressure, not all pressure makes diamonds. Sometimes it's just a hot mess. Toni, I've got some rapid fire questions for you.
Yes, let's do it.
I got to know. Okay, what is your favorite thing to cook?
Oh, my favorite thing to cook. Right now, I'm really into desserts. Like I know we talked about the sugar, but like fall baking is like my thing. So
oh my gosh.
I'm doing a ton of desserts, like cheesecakes, cobblers, cookies, all sorts of things.
Sweet or savory?
I like the dishes that have both, like salty and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people don't like that, but I do.
Okay, yeah, I was just saying for chicken and waffles, I eat the chicken, then I eat the waffles.
You can't eat them like
I
together.
can't.
Yeah,
That's okay. I'll save it for you.
yeah.
Favorite takeout order?
Favorite takeout. If I'm doing takeout, I know this is like so random, but I really like Chinese. Like I'll order Panda Express.
Mhm.
I love Panda Express. It comes fast. It's like it's always consistent.
It's consistent. You know what you're
Yeah,
gonna get.
I know what I'm gonna get.
That orange chicken.
Orange chicken,
slaps.
chow mein with the rice.
Oh, that's it. What's your favorite cocktail?
Ooh, right now I'm having a bee's knees.
What's a bee's knees?
A bee's knees is like honey. It's a little bit of honey. You can do it with like gin, vodka, or tequila. And it has like lemon, honey, gin, vodka, tequila, and a little rosemary.
Ooh.
It's light. It's like kind of like cocktail forward.
Mhm.
Yeah, really into it.
I'm gonna
You
order
have
that.
to try
I was
it.
gonna say
You're gonna be obsessed.
I'm gonna order that and I'll text you.
Yeah.
Toni, thank you so much for joining
Thank you for having me.
us.
I love chatting with you. You are doing amazing
Oh my
things.
gosh. Bye guys. We'll talk to you soon.
You're a great interviewer.
Thank you.